Hey gamers, it's Refinery here from Grind This Game, and back with Oxygen Not Included. Now the automation upgrade doesn't officially come out for another 4 days, but I was kind of itching to start a new base, so I'm going to start one, and hopefully it translates over when it goes live in 4 days. So let's get started here. Gonna do a standard game. Here's the world seed, or the world gen seed, if you need it. I'll put it in the description as well. So here's the 3 dupes I'm going to go with. One that has good strength, good immunity, good creativity. One that's got good learning. This will be our kind of scientist for getting through all the research. And another kind of bodybuilder with overall good stats. What should I call this thing? Let's call it grind this asteroid. And we're off. So I kind of have a checklist of things I go through when I start a new base. And I try to get to the water first. And then once I have water, I can set up a wash basin or 2. And then once I have that, I can set up the outhouses. And then after that, I do beds. And then after that, I probably do start on research. So I'll just probably stick to that kind of game plan for this map. Get them into that water right away. Oh yeah, and I set combat off, art off, except for our artist. Turn research off, except for our main researcher. I never use hydro fans, so I can turn that off. That looks good, I think. I might try doing a bit more specialization with the dupes this time, but we'll see. So we got to get a pitcher pump in. And I only like to dig until kind of the edge here where it starts to get warm. And you need enough copper to start building your research station, so I get some copper. I usually put the tile down on the main floor here. So now that we have water, we can build a sink, wash basin, and I'll probably tuck that over here. And then you have a bit of time before you start to get enough polluted water, so you can kind of put off the making of the polluted water pit for a little bit. And I usually try to make this a proper bathroom. Probably put another sink and a couple toilets in there so the door can be around here. Make this right only. And might as well get the toilet in there right away. I think it can go there. Should be good. And since you only have sandstone in the beginning, I just make everything out of sandstone. Later on we can upgrade it to granite for more decor. I don't worry about beds on the first night. Now this water here won't last forever. So I think I'm going to try to make a central floor with some odds and ends with some symmetry, and then things hanging off the left and the right. So I'll probably put a ladder kind of 3 out from the center. And I do want to get mealwood growing pretty early so we get kind of seeds multiplying. Now I usually put 2 wash basins and 2 toilets. And the reason is that sometimes 2 dupes will want to go to the bathroom at the same time. And you want to make sure you have enough toilets. And we'll probably put a compost in here eventually. So we'll leave some room for that. Now there's a bunch of new types of wire that I kind of got to figure out. There's conductive wire and regular wire. But for now we just got the standard regular stuff, so I'll just use that. So we probably won't have polluted water for a while, so I still got to get a pit ready. And research. Good old research. Do farming first. Oh yeah, and make our research station priority 8. And I'm digging up all this food so we can start growing food up in the base. Gonna explore up here as well. Get all this good stuff. I'll just work my way down. Because Bert's gonna fly through this research because he's got learning 12. I'll probably put bedrooms in here, a little short floor. Actually, maybe up here. Not quite sure yet. Now we're good for oxygen. Well, we have this oxalate here and here and here, but that'll run out pretty fast. Yeah, I like to burn through the research. Kind of simplifies things. Okay, temporary beds. Guess I'll stick them over here. See who we got here. Loud sleeper? Nope. No one looks good there. We'll make this little bedroom here. Temporarily, I'll put a bit of food here. Got 8 mealwood seeds. Actually, maybe I'll put them down here. I want to use farm tiles longer term, but just while we get our seeds growing, we can use planter boxes. See, they both had to go to the bathroom at the same time. Now I keep an eye on food. 21,000, not bad. Oh, we should get our planters in. Actually, I'll just build them all. And we'll plant as many as we can. That way, once there's more seeds, they'll just keep planting. I do those priority 8 in the beginning, just so we get our food going. So we've got a proper bedroom, we've got a bathroom. And these are good to set up because all you really need to do is put a door in. And then I leave them open so that they go through them faster. And you get a bonus for that, so it's worthwhile. Probably put the supercomputer in now. Wow, that research is going fast. Now I'm going to put the Oxidizer in pretty early on, I think. Maybe right here. And we can replace that little battery with a bigger battery, and I'm going to put it down here temporarily. Because it's got a decor, minus decor. Stress is creeping up with Turner. So I'll probably put a massage table in somewhere. Now I don't bother with cleanup right away. I usually put my storage in a bit later. Let's put our compost in over here. And our bottle emptier can go right here. I'm going to put an algae terrarium here and here. They won't last forever, but just to soak up that CO2. I'm going to do sanitation before I do any of these other ones here. I like to replace these outhouses with proper toilets early on. Oh, I should make the massage table 9, maybe 8. Now we probably won't get to any automation stuff till much later into the process, but probably make a floor up here that's 3 levels high. either for bedrooms or maybe a mess hall. Kind of want them to do this first though. And I usually crank up these algae terrariums a little bit in priority. So I'll just dump the polluted water in here for now. I'll do artistic expression next, so we can get some paintings built. Well, I can take out this tiny battery. I might start some storage in this center column here. How are the germs looking? Good? Clean? Except for this area. Now I think there's a issue with the starting maps. I hope they fix it, but there's no oil wells in the maps. There's oil and there's slicksters, so we'll be okay for oil, but there's no actual oil well. I'll see if that's been reported as a bug or not. Ren, he looks decent. We'll take him on. We could use another helper. Stick another bed in. And we can get some potted plants going. Maybe put one here. Put some canvases in. Check out this lightning trail. So, how's algae going? 3,500. We don't need that many paintings just yet. Okay, we're gonna want another floor of food here. This floor will get shrunk down to two levels high once I get farm tiles. Make this canvas priority 4. It's not super important. And then storage I'm going to put probably in here. And I'll make it sweep only, so I'll just keep the base clean, but all the stuff that's left in other areas, don't care so much about it. So sweep only, everything except polluted dirt. So I'll come back once I've got all the more of the research done and more of the base established here. So I ran out of copper, so I just went up here to dig some. And I'm moving this battery up here because I don't want any heat production near our food. So, and this is going to be kind of a low decor area. I did sweep up some areas here. Keep the bedroom clean, keep this area clean. Basically where they spend most of their time, I'll keep the decor high. The rest doesn't really matter. I'd rather they focus on important things. And the research is going well. So we got some new dupes here. Meep looks decent, so we're gonna take him on. And I'm just extending our farm down here, using farm tiles this time, which take a little bit less space. I swept up in the bedrooms and over here. Eventually I'll sweep out everything, but And finally they dumped some polluted water in here. Stress is 0, which is good. Got a little bit of disease going on. We'll eventually drain all this nice water out of here. I'll probably go here next. Or here, but we got a bit of slime in the bottom here, which I don't like. And I added a little mess hall here. Gonna take on one more dupe here. We got Stinky. He's buff and he's mole hands. Just need one more bed. I think it's safe to put it in here. I put it in a medical cot. I'm just healing. I healed a few dupes that were injured from dealing with hatches. And I'm kind of working my way over this way once this Oxide runs out. Try to get some Abyssalite because we're going to need that. And it looks like there's some good stuff in here. Just exploring in all directions. Food's under control, I think. It's looking good. Doing some cleanup. Got our tiny mess hall. So the last thing I want to do in this episode is get the replace these outhouses with lavatories and replace these wash basins with sinks. So I'm just putting in some piping along here. Got our liquid pump down here. And I'm using sandstone piping for now, which I'll replace with Abyssalite once we tap into a steam geyser if we can find one. And the reason I upgrade these is so that the dupes aren't wasting their time emptying the outhouses and dealing with compost and all that stuff. Now someone told me once you have lavatories you don't need sinks anymore. I'm not quite sure about that, but we'll test it out. But for now I want to put one sink in. Deconstruct this wash basin first. So I'll run the dirty pipe out this way. Let's put in a sink. Now this last bit of connections I'll probably use Abyssalite. Just so I don't have to redo all this complex piping later. So in here, out here. And then sandstone for the rest here. Eventually I'm going to put the ladder along here, so I'll just do this and then dump it down here. So I'll let them get through all that stuff and come back once it's all hooked up. Actually, I'll do a lavatory as well. So I'm going to take on Devin here. Even though he has a small bladder, he's a really good digger. So that'll be good. And we got room for one more bed here. So I'll probably stick with 7 for a while, unless I find someone really good. So I've diverted our polluted water over to this area here. It's a bit bigger, and I'll eventually cut through here and make this one big giant polluted water pit. And there's quite a bit of polluted oxygen in here that wasn't full of germs. So I'm filtering that with the deodorizer. That'll be nice. And I cut through all this abyssalite because we're going to need abyssalite for piping, and punched into this cold biome. And I'll probably just keep exploring this way. I think the research is almost done here. Let's make it priority 9. Where's our researcher? Bert, where are you? Oh, you're... Bert is running. Bert shouldn't be running. Get off there. I should take him off. Yeah, Bert, you're not allowed to run on the power wheel. Might as well do some digging, since everyone's idle. Do some sweeping. So that's it. That's it for the research. And this is kind of like a good place to end the episode. In terms of phases, I like to think of this as being kind of phase 1 complete. Research is all done. So we can deconstruct these research buildings. I like doing this. It's always fun. And the power. So I'm going to wrap up this episode. Next time we'll probably explore into the ice biome here. Try to find the water geyser, steam geyser. I think there's 2 per map, so we'll try to find one at least. And yeah, we'll see what other projects we can get into. So hit that subscribe button if you're enjoying these episodes. If you have any suggestions, just leave them in the comments. And as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.